Winterization or outboard engine is not that complicated. Today we're using an example of a two-stroke. This is a Mercury Force 120, but the things that we'll talk about apply to all two-strokes, outboards, and some of the basic things are applied also to a four-stroke. Now, first thing I do is the carburetors. Take the covers off, both carburetors, and after you heat the motor up, let it warm up. Then once it warms up, spray some fogging oil in each carburetor while it's running until it shuts down, chokes itself down. Then replace the covers back on the carburetor. The next thing I do is remove the spark plugs. I'll remove two for examples today. Remove your spark plug, all four of them in this scenario, and spray fogging oil in each one. Then turn the part that would rotate the cylinders, the flywheel on top. Turn that a quarter turn and then spray more into the cylinders, another squirt, and then do another turn to get the pistons going up and down and lubricate those. Then replace your spark plugs back. You could put new spark plugs back in, so when the spring comes, when you start up again, you'll be ready. You ain't got to bother the plugs anymore. You got new ones in. Also, in this case, on this engine, the fuel filter, I would replace that with a new one as well. Now, as we go along, we would take the fogging oil after we do all of that and spray your boats with light oil, lightly spray everything to give it a little coating so it won't rust over the few months it be cold in winter. Things won't rust up on you so easily. And that way you get a good wear, long wear out of your engine. Okay, the next part we do is in the position it's in now, fully down, you go down to the bottom and you change the lower engine, you change that oil. And as you can see underneath, there's two screws, silver in color, just for this examples. One is a vent plug and one is a fill plug, and they're labeled. Oil level plug, really, it says, the one on the right. And then underneath, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's another plug there, a screw plug, and that's the drain plug. And you drain that out until all the oil come out. Once you unplug the bottom first and then do the vent, that air force pressure push the oil out. Be checking the oil color. If it looks milky and watery, then you might have a problem with a seal inside the lower housing unit. But just in case it doesn't, which we hope it don't, you can replace it. There's a kit you can buy that plugs into the bottom, and believe it or not, it was kind of awkward for me to understand that at first. When I first tried it, I thought you could fill it in from the top and with the bottom plugged up and it will fill up, but no, you do it just the opposite. It goes against gravity, so to speak. You put your kit in and pump it, the new oil in until it come out of this oil level plug right here on the right. It comes out of there. Once it comes out, you plug that, screw that back in, screw your vent plug back in, and then the last thing you do real quick is unhook your pump kit from the bottom here and plug that screw back in, screw it back in tight, not over tighten it, okay? And then you'll be good to go. And also check these bolts that hold the lower end unit onto the middle shaft. make sure they're tight. And you can also change out the zinc plugs that controls your corrosion. You can change those out too if you need to at this time. These are some of the things you could check that's very important for your winterization. And that's the basic winterization. Again, leave your motor in the down position all winter if possible, and then let any water in there. They're designed to let water drain out, drain down and out. Okay, and also on your cover, don't block up the air, the opening to let air circulate. It may sound like, wow, you know, that's going to make my motor freeze up faster, but these older outboard engines were designed to let air flow through. That way condensation don't build up on the block and cause your block to freeze so quickly. And also check, it'd be a good thing to take off your battery ground wire and your positive and negative wire, and put some electric spray on that as well, and make sure you take off any corrosion that might have built up on it. So over the few months you have it shut down, again, rust won't be so easily to settle in. And come spring, you crank that bad boy up and boom, you ready to hit the road. Or should I say hit the rivers, the creeks, the ocean, wherever you want to go, the bays, and enjoy yourself. Okay, if I forgot anything, let me know down in the comment section, and we'd be glad to make sure that's taken care of. Another thing you can do too toward winterizing your boat, excuse me, your fuel lines. If you need to, and they're about 3-4 years old, you can go ahead and change them out as well. I changed mine out this past spring, so they're all new hoses on there and new bulb. Those are things that is good to go for you when you try to start it up. Yeah. So again, it's not that complicated, but when I first got the engine